Welcome to my channel. So today's video has to do with American Giant's hoodie, and these are my first impressions. I am not sponsored or paid by American Giant or any of their affiliates. I am also not paid or sponsored by any of their competition. These are my own personal opinions and thoughts, and these are my initial impressions. I'm putting it through its first 12 hours of testing, and these are my thoughts. So it's officially raining on me. I'm in Pacific Grove, California, and you can't really see it, but there's raindrops falling on me, and it's being the American Giant sweatshirt being all cotton is very absorbent, which is what I expected. Nothing's beating off or rolling off, so I would not consider this in any shape or form waterproof, which I didn't expect, but sometimes people do some interesting things. Another thing that I've noticed is that when the temperature drops below about 55 degrees, the shoulder pads here are slightly denser than the surrounding material. So due to the density of the material and the density of the shoulder pads, it's dropping heat faster. It's transmitting heat out of my shoulders quicker. In the wind, when the hoodie is up, the wind passes the neckline and goes down the back. And I have some interesting ideas on how to help solve these issues. I like the idea that there's a little button right here, like a click button right here. So it doesn't pinch you off or anything. It just closes the gap for the wind, and it's just a click button. So you can pop it off and you're back to normal. It's just a button, and it could be inside the fabric, not a problem. I think that would solve that issue very nicely, because it would be right under the chin roughly, and it would help seal the air from flowing past and going down the back. So I normally wear a hoodie to help moderate my temperature and keep my skin temperature roughly even. I am particular about that. That's my own personal interest in my personal comfort, and I do like this. I'm not negatively critiquing this this hoodie, but the fact that the shoulders drop so much heat is something that I would address. If it's going to drop that much heat, maybe they can put a little tiny bit of felt underneath these extra pads inside, and just have it spread out a little bit, so that way it when the heat hits it, it doesn't just dissipate. The denser material is, the faster it will transmit heat. The looser the material and the more air that is in the material, the slower it will transmit heat. It's real fundamental basic physics for thermal insulation. So in the same process, the hoodie's top is not having the same negative effect as the shoulders, but it is still pretty cool up here. And I like my skin temperature, again, to be roughly even. The chest is a little bit cool, not a big deal, not the end of the world. I'd still really like the product. But overall, I would say that there's a couple of things that could be addressed. One, a click button right here. That would be really nice, because it would help stop thermal transfer out of the hoodie itself. Two, if they put a little bit of felt padding underneath the shoulders, that would probably help reduce transmission of heat as well. Currently, in the first 12 hours of testing, I've actually slept in the hoodie, and it was perfectly comfortable. It didn't constrain me or choke me out or do any of those weird things that sometimes hoodies do in a sleeping mode. So it was easy and comfortable to sleep in. The length of it was really good. It helped keep my back from getting cold or having cold spots during sleep. Now, I know the hoodies aren't designed to be slept in, but you'd be surprised at how many people that are in awkward positions like homelessness would actually benefit from having the longer waistband and not having cold go up their back and wake them up, halfway through the middle of the night. So I think that's really good thing. But overall, I'm really consciously aware that this is a hypercritical time frame for American Giant's product critique when an owner gets the new products. So these are my hypercritical critiques, and they're not going to be my hypercritical critiques for the duration of the product. These are just my upfront thought processes. So because of the density of the stitching, the density of the material, the tightness of the weave, this is dropping more heat than conventional hoodies that have a looser weave and are not as high a quality. And to address that, I think they can make a secondary product that has 2 lines of material instead of 1. I believe this is a single lined material. It doesn't have a second layer, as far as I can tell. It's just the 1 ply. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I didn't make the item, but maybe it's a thing for colder weather. They have a colder weather version, because I don't wear this in warm weather. I wouldn't wear a sweater or a hoodie in comfortable daytime temperatures. It's not what I do. I wear it because I'm losing temperature, and I need to heat my body or keep my body's temperature roughly even. Now, they can do thermal imaging on their hoodies, and they can do thermal imaging on other companies' hoodies to find out if I'm accurate or not. I could be completely mistaken, but I think it's worth testing. I think that they can do it. I think it's worth testing, and I think it'd be valuable to the company. But overall, I'm really happy with the hoodie. Again, a button, some felt underneath, and the possibility of a second piece of cloth. Now that would dramatically increase the weight of the item, and I get that. So maybe it's just the shoulders that need to be addressed, not the whole garment. I understand that would increase the cost. I understand that would increase the cost to the consumer. But there's things that we're willing to pay for because of the quality. I am definitely willing to pay for that button. I am definitely willing to pay for a little bit of shoulder pad felt. Now the inside liner, maybe that's not a thing. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's going a bit too far and getting close to what would be considered a jacket versus a hoodie. But I don't wear hoodies for fun. I wear them for the utility of them. And if I find a utility that I don't like, I'm going to critique it. And that's my personal opinion. These are my opinions, and this is my critiques. But so far, I really like it. Have a great day.